हाय गाइस, आई एम ईशान पांडा, सेकंड स्टूडेंट एट IPMAT इंदौर। एंड आज हमारा वीडियो थोड़ा डिफरेंट रहने वाला है क्योंकि आज हम एक स्टूडेंट के नहीं बल्कि एक पेरेंट का इंटरव्यू लेंगे हु सन हैज क्लियर्ड IPMAT IIM इंदौर इन देयर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, एंड we'll get to learn just how important a parent's role is in their students' IPM journey and what are the tips and tricks to keep in mind from a parent's perspective. So वीडियो को बहुत ध्यान से देखना as we discuss the basic concepts to apply to successfully clear IPMAT एंड अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ भी जरूर शेयर करना क्योंकि ये उनको भी बहुत हेल्पफुल पड़ेगा. सो यू आर वॉचिंग द सुपरग्राड्स यूट्यूब चैनल एंड लेट्स गेट राइट इनटू इट. Hello everyone. Today we have here with us Ms. Arpita Panda, whose youngest son is in the second year of their IPM course in the 21 to 26 batch in Amendo. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, ma'am.
Thank you, Ishan. It's a pleasure here as well.
So, ma'am, the first question that I would like to ask you is, what made you choose the IPM course over the plethora of colleges that are available today?
See, for this, I want to go for a background actually. In my family, is actually a science background in my family. So my husband is into science background. My eldest son has passed out in computer science from IIT Kanpur. So it was a natural, uh, just following the footsteps of them. My younger son was just into the science stream. It has to be some kind of a technology course. It's a normal tradition in the family. So that was the number. But always my younger son has a knack of doing management after doing, even after doing technology, he will do a management course. That was what he always wanted. And from the school level, school days also, I always found him. He had a leadership quality in him. He can manage people very well. He used to handle projects very well in a group. Even he was a head boy prefect in different classes. Even in family functions, whenever we used to give him some kind of responsibilities, you know he used to do it individually on his own, methodically, very properly handled. So Alice used to find he has this knack of managing things very well. So I was also very so not normal for me is he should do some management courses actually. Now when the COVID struck, so we got some time, we're all at home, so we did some research work, because as it is, because he has to do technological stream, join some technology stream, so he was doing IITG preparations and all. But we got some time, we did some research work and found this IPMAT course, about this IPMAT course. And we saw that the course material suits my son very well. Even he was interested, and we are also found that this is good for him. So he sat for the course, and definitely he it was so good that he has joined. He has got admission in the first shot and cleared it.
So, ma'am,
So
as a parent, how did it feel when your child cleared the IPMAT exam, which is very challenging?
of course, I mean, definitely it is not an easy examination to crack. As it is, I'll not say in every competitive exam is very tough to crack. And so, but this is a different kind of examination actually for what they were actually preparing. So definitely a little more challenging for my child. So, but he took up the challenge. He worked hard for it, and he had he's focused actually on into getting this into the premier. And as it is, we all know that it's a very premier. I mean, there is a very premier institute, very sought after management institute in India. So naturally, getting through the into IIM Indore in the first shot was definitely, it was all very elated actually, very happy for him. So
Hmm.
then it's a total family reaction actually.
That's great to hear, actually. So, ma'am, as you talked about how your son gave the exam and everything, so how hectic do you think the IPM journey is overall, whether it be the examination or now that your son is in college, how hectic do you think the entire journey is?
See, any kind of competitive exam preparation is very hectic. Because even my eldest son has done some physics preparation, everything is very hectic. While you're preparing for the exam, a lot of focus, you have to be very focused. whenever you are preparing for any competitive exam. So definitely lot of focus and effort is there, and of course hard work. I mean, you have to methodically work towards it. So when my son was preparing for it, he did lot of assignments, and the most important thing was doing it in a time limit. I mean, not only solving the paper, but solving it in a definite time limit. That was a challenge. So he did lot of practice into that part. So and definitely prepared for the interview once he was selected for that interview slots. So there was a lot of hard work, a lot of going through newspapers, current affairs, and everything was definitely challenging. Lot of things has to be done. But and even after he has joined, I mean, I find it because so many subject materials are there. Even some subjects he has never done till class standard 12. So those subjects were new to him, but he has taken it up as a challenge. He's enjoying every bit of it. Even not only academics, lot of activities are there. So total, I should say it's a though it is a challenging, but if my son is enjoying the entire journey from the preparation till now. So it's, I mean, that is my experience, my son's experience that I can share with you.
I mean, you did just talk about how IPM provides a variety of different courses. So, as how do you feel that this entire course structure is important for a student's growth? Like, how do you feel about this diverse course structure with IPM provides its students?
I mean, I should say, I mean, this is definitely, I should say, this IPMAT course. I mean, it is definitely a very, very good course material. Normally, whatever you find, whenever we are studying, we have a definite subjects to learn. There are some, we know what exactly we are learning in a technological course, even in the humanities stream. But this IPMAT is offering in the science streams, commerce streams, humanities stream, all subjects are there. Getting so much plethora of subjects. So I mean, lot of exposures. The children are getting lot of exposures, and finally, in the corporate world, when they're entering a management, after passing out, when they're entering the corporate world, I think this is definitely very, very helpful for them. Because they have such a wide array of knowledge. May not be an expert in all the subjects, but they have an average knowledge, above average knowledge in all of them, so that they can give this management, this explanations, and you can whatever, so opinions on different things. So definitely, this is a very good for the overall growth of the children, and of course for the future, which is very, very important.
I mean, that's indeed very true. So, ma'am, as we keep talking about the IPMAT exam, how important do you think is a parent's role in guiding their student towards cracking IPM, and how exactly can they help them?
See, a parent is always the best guide for a child, for their children. So I mean, no one understands their child better than a parent. So what I think that this parents should have because this IPMAT is in a very nascent stage in India till now. I mean, many people don't have a full-fledged knowledge of what IPMAT actually is. I mean, a lot of people still asks me what exactly it is and how we can do it. Because so I think the parents should do a good research work on what exactly is the subject material, what exactly they are going into, and they can then do a research on how whether it suits their child, the material, and whether that is the line that they can follow, whether they have the talent or the knack to pursue that thing, and accordingly can guide their child in that direction. So that way, but because it's an essence stage, we have to do, as a parent, need to do some research work and find out things about it before we start go into it forward.
I mean, indeed, as a program, a lot of people, it's definitely not as well known as the Chase. So, a lot of people have some sort of misinformation or less information about the IPM courses. So, is there any word of advice that you can give to the parents whose children are aspiring to give the IPMAT exam in the coming years?
Definitely, I should. One thing I can always see, whenever you are going for any kind of competitive exams, you should have a very systematic approach to it, and go for a methodical, systematic approach and proper, proper way of working should be there. So whenever they are going for it, they should uh, go for some institute, good institute, coaching institute, where they get good study materials. They get proper study materials to know the subjects, various subjects. They get assignments, test papers also to give the time limit. More and more they practice, the more and more this time challenge will be better for the students actually. So that thing can only be solved if they join a coaching institute. Otherwise, so many papers are not available like that. And of course, once you pass out, clear the written test, then also there's the interview part, for which also the coaching institutes are a big help. My son, actually, I should, in this regard, I want to mention that for my son, I also put him into SuperGrad, which is a very good coaching institute, and he has done a lot of practice papers there, and of course that has helped him in that uh, this time challenge, because that was very very important. He could finish it, but finishing it in time was very important. So that was important. And then the interview part, I know my son is very good in oratory skills. He can speak English well, but that is not only important for interview. So interview, there are a lot of other things that have started. There's eye contact, your body language, how much you should smile, when to smile. So these kind of things were taught so nicely by the coaching guidance was so nice. I think definitely it has helped my son, and I think definitely it will help others also in the near future to crack such this kind of examinations, because these interviews are especially important because students have never gone through it before, and so this is something which is a very new thing for them. So that is why proper guidance is required, for which coaching institutes are a big help.
I 100% agree. But as we all know, that IPM is also a very challenging exam. So, is there any advice you can also give to the parents whose children may not be able to clear the exam in the first shot?
Of course, see, when this kind of examinations are very very challenging. So anything, as a parent, I should say, don't put pressure on your children. You can always guide your children that this is one of the avenues you can look forward to. So you start practicing, put your 100% effort, go forward accordingly. But it doesn't mean whenever you put 100% doesn't always come out as a success. I mean, but so it may not be a successful in the first attempt. You can go for a second attempt, third attempt, if you want to. Don't underestimate your child's abilities. Let them handle it. See where they are going wrong, even if they're not able to crack in the first shot, and give them proper guidance if required. See if it is helpful, and just be with them. Be their support system always, because otherwise they can never crack this kind of a examination, because as it is very very tough. See, so many students are appearing for this kind of exam. Gradually, year after year, the number of students are increasing, but the seats are limited, very very limited. So naturally, so 1% of person, even people are qualifying. So naturally, where the other persons are going, so everybody will not qualify. So somewhere they will fall out. That is not their beer. That is not their problem. They have to again go forward, see where they are lagging, and practice. It's better. More and more support them, help them and guide them properly. Don't don't challenge them. Why you are not able to do it and all this. So I should say, be a proper support to your child. That's the best way you can go forward.
Is indeed very wonderfully said, ma'am. Ma'am, a final question to you. Do you feel IPM as a course has done a good job in the holistic development of its students? Like, as a mother, have you seen any significant changes in your child now that they're in the second year of their IPM course?
See, definitely, as I already earlier mentioned, IPMAT offers such a plethora of subjects. Of course, it's an overall development. It's not science you are studying. It's not a commerce. It's not humanities. It's a total mixture. So definitely, it is very very helpful for the holistic overall development of a child. And my son, I find him, I mean, as it is, when he entered IPM, of course, we knew what the subjects is going to. Now that he is into the second year, I find him very, very busy the entire day. The college goes, the academic part goes. Then there's so many activities, so many assignments, projects, works being given. They're really busy the entire day. But he has no complaints. neither do we have, because he is very happy with whatever he is doing. Most importantly, the group dynamics that this IPMAT course, offers, the group projects. It is not always with your best buddies that you are comfortable with. It may be anybody, everybody. So, I mean, this kind of environment where you need to work with everybody and make a project successful, that is very, because ultimately in the corporate world you may have to work with so many different kinds of people, so many different mindsets of people. So that kind of teaching is already being given in the nascent stage, so they are already prepared for that corporate world from a very beginning, a very young age actually. So I think definitely I should say that this IPMAT course is very good for the holistic development and very good for my son. He is very enjoying it all. So we are very happy. And even indeed, he is very happy with the course.
Thank you so much for being with us here today, ma'am. It was such a pleasure to have you. I'm sure a lot of people, especially the parents who are watching this video, learn so much about the IPM course and the preparation stages. And I'm sure the advice will be very helpful to both students and their parents who are aspiring to enter these institutes.
Thank you, Isha. Thank you for taking me on for your program. And hopefully, I have been able to give some help to the students who will be appearing next year. Thank you so
Thank,
much.
thank you so much.